everybody, welcome to Crafter's Story. It's Celeste here, and thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. So there is a hashtag called Wing It Wednesday, and it is hosted by Jenny from Jenny's Crafty Corner. And what she encourages us to do, excuse me, is to just try something new. Try something we haven't tried before. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you've learned something, right? You've tried something. Because as she says, every day is a school day. And so it's a once a month entry to the hashtag. And I know I did one last month, but I was busy painting these two little guys for my eBay shop for my ACEOs, and I had a bunch of this paint left, and I have to be done with this because I have to go ahead with my day and do some other stuff. But I didn't want to waste this paint. Some of it I can put back in the bottles, and others I can't because the other colors have been mixed into it. So I thought, well, okay, I will just paint it onto a little strip of my watercolor paper. And I always keep my little strippies because, you never know. And so I took what was left in some of the palettes and I just started kind of putting it on the strips, and it came out really nicely. And I thought, well, maybe it's not a bad idea. I think I'm too... Oh, much better. There was a glare from a lamp on my desk. I just turned that off. And I thought, let me share this as my Wing It Wednesday for this month, because I've got a couple of ideas of what I think. I think these could make really nice vases. So while I'm talking, this is just water that's I was mixing color in. And look at how much paint is still on there, right? Or in there, should I say. So I've got a few of these strips, and I'm just going to put this color down. And then I was thinking, if I went to make maybe Mother's Day cards, I could use these strips, cut them up and make little vases out of them. And I could even doodle on top of it. So I actually think this is already a win, even though I haven't actually used it as what I'm thinking of with the vases. There's a little orange there, maybe. Kind of has that pottery, I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to be too fancy here. Yeah, I'm just going to put this down because I know that once I cut these up, they are going to, all this color is, oh, maybe there's a little too much. Let's see if I put a little, trying to have it where there's not a lot of one color in one spot. Oh dear me, oh dear, oopsie daisy. Don't. So it does curl, but as it dries, as you can see, it's funny. This is almost like a process video. It does curl, but it flattens out until it's completely flat. That was totally unintentional. But that's what happens, guys. Okay, so I've got another little strip here. Let's put in some of this. You can see how much my colors got all completely mixed, and so there was no point in trying to save it. If I was still going to continue painting, I probably would have tried to use this somehow, because a lot of my painting is abstract anyway, and I could probably just use it somehow. I don't know, but I don't. I have to move on today. I'm going to do some other things, but I don't want to waste paint, So let's just add this. And then I think after this, I probably used up as much as I probably can. Trying to stay in frame. I tend to bring it too close to myself, and so sorry about that if I did. I can't see what I'm doing in the camera. All right. Oh, I like this one. Maybe a bit too much orange there, hey? Do I have pink left? A little bit of pink. Kinda, maybe. All right, so I think I'll leave this one because if I carry on, I'm scared I'm gonna mess with it. Oh, I see that one's running. Oh, maybe, oh, what if I do that? Let that run. See how it's running here? I'm going to leave it to run. This is a real wing it. Add more water, let it run. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I've added some of what's left of this. Okie dokie. All right, guys, so I think I'm going to let this dry. And then if you want to stick around, I'm going to cut these up and make little vases, and I'll show you how I do that. So I waited a little bit for these little strips to dry, and they are now. I think they turned out really nicely. So I want to show you how I'm going to use them to create a card. So I use this bee-inspired watercolor paper for pretty much everything I do. This is the 5.5 by 8.5 pad, and I buy that just at Walmart, but you can buy this size at any of your hobby shops or shops like Walmart that might sell paper like that, because one sheet, once it is folded in half, makes the exact size. What did I do with my envelope? That'll fit into an A2 size envelope. So a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of cardstock folded in half fits perfectly in a 5.75 by 4.375, which is an A2 size envelope. So just a little sort of tip there. So what I've gone and done is, before I move on to the card, is with these little strips, I decided that I'm going to use my little vase stencils. I have a few of these little vase stencils that I've created for myself, and I've really just folded a piece of paper in half, drew out half of it, cut it out, and then you have your vase stencil. I have a stencil on my community page, and I'll put a link for that in the description below if you want to just print that off and cut them out. So you'll have your own little stencils. But here's one. It's a little Venetian style, Grecian style, should I say, style. So you can do all kinds of little different vases. One of them that I cut off one of my strips is just going to be a plain up and down straight little vase, and then I've inked the edges to take away that hard white line. So there is some black inking along the edges there for this one, and I'm going to put that on my card. And then I have this little guy that I just took my stencil, put it down on the back of my strip, traced it off with a little bit of with my pencil, and then just cut it out. And then when you turn it over, you know, you have this reveal of what your little vase is going to look like. And again, just edged the inked the edges. So there's that one, and then I also did this cutie patootie. So those are my 3 little vases. So here are my strips. I've got plenty of strips left to make more of these cards, and I'm thinking Mother's Day, because I don't know, vases, flowers makes me think of Mother's Day. I have taken my Uniposca brown pen, and I actually cheated a little bit because I kind of did this and then thought, well, that's more or less where I want that little vase, and I've put a little line there, little pencil line. I did the same here and here, and then I took my brown Uniposca pen and just drew out some of my little stems for the flowers. The other thing that I decided to do was I took my, well, let me back up. I took this card and I cut a little frame for myself, and I've taken that frame and blackened it, darkened it with a Sharpie. You guys can do it with your acrylic paints or any other way, or maybe just ink it if you want to. And then I use double-sided tape to place it down on the front of my card because I wanted a frame. All right, so now take away my fancy scissors. And now I've got a couple of little, some colors. And I think what I'm going to do is just keep it pretty simple. And I'm going to take some of my red. And if you guys are interested, I'm just using my folk art colors. And I think this one, I'm going to just do some cherries. So red cherry there. Couple of little cherries. Because I sometimes think when we do simple designs, they kind of pop off the page a little bit. So, excuse me, I'm not very good at talking and painting. So I think what I'm going to do is just put this on quicker speed and paint the rest of this. Alright, so it's time to do those finishing touches. I finished my little flowers and I'm going to get these little, make sure I get my order right, get my vases down. And I want to be careful not to touch the wet paint. Like that. And I think I had that one down first. Or did I have the other one? I don't remember now. Oh, dear me. All right, well, this one's going to go down first. And then I'm going to have to put the middle one. That one goes there. And then I'll have the middle one. Okay, that'll work. Put the middle one down here. And having those sort of little pencil marks as my guide turned out to be quite useful. All right, so I've got them down. I'm going to have to stick something on them to keep them down, but I'll do that later once I'm off camera. And I had quite a bit of paint left, so that second frame that I cut out, I decided I would do almost like a reverse of this and put some of that, all those colors down on here. And then I still had paint left, so I decided to do another strip. So I've got that one left. And you know, you don't have to use these to make the vases. You could use them maybe as, yeah, this really does want to pop up. I'm going to put my hand on it. You can use them maybe as page edges in a journal. So let me bring you in and you can see. I think it turned out really nicely. So I'm quite happy with this. I think I'll make another one. And birthdays, Mother's Day, get well, all those occasions I think this card could work for. So thank you so much for sticking around and going on this journey with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.